In this video, we'll use the U.S. Federal Reserve's dot plot to show how to use Excel to calculate expected value, variance, and standard deviation. The Federal Reserve's dot plot was started by the Ben Bernanke Federal Reserve in 2012 and is a survey of what the top 19 officials at the Fed believe short-term overnight interest rates, i.e. the Fed funds rate, will be at the end of each year. In this example, they've done the survey for 2024, the end of this year, 2025, the end of next year, 2026, the end of that year, and then longer term. You can see there is a decrease believed in interest rates, but where the interest rates will end up is pretty diverse. The first set of data here for 2024 is reasonably well grouped. Again, the Fed targets a range of interest rates within a quarter points. It's a little hard to read here, but this is 5%. So the line beneath it is 4.75, and this group of officials believes interest rates at the end of 2024 will be between 4.75 and 5. The grouping right above it believe they will be between 5 and 5.25, and the group right above that believe interest rates will be between 5.25 and 5. For the end of 2025, which is the data we will use for our example, there is more diversity in the belief in interest rates. This one right here at the bottom believes interest rates will be between 2.75 and 3, and the one here at the top believes interest rates will be between 5.25 and 5%. Most of them are grouped right here between 4 and 4.25%. You might look at the Fed dot plot to decide whether you would put money short-term in a money market fund, or if interest rates are dropping, you might believe that a longer-term CD would be a better deal to get longer-term interest rates. Although the Federal Reserve's dot plot is reasonably good at predicting what the Fed may do at the next couple of meetings, over the long run, it is not particularly accurate. The Fed really doesn't have a very good idea of what it will do over a long time period. So if we take the data here for the end of 2025 and we put it in numerical terms, first we have one official that believes interest rates will be between 2.75 and 3. For our calculations, we will take the average of that, or the average of A5 plus B5 over 2 are 2.85, and we will do this for all of our Fed officials. The biggest grouping here is 9, believe interest rates will be between 4 and 4.25 for an average of 4.125, and then all the way up here at the end, we have one official believing interest rates will be between 5.25 and 5%, 5.5%, for an average of 5.375. So we label the number of each officials that believe this will be the case, and then we take that number, for example, 1 divided by 19 gives us 5% probability of interest rates having an average of 2.875%. Whereas the biggest grouping here comes from 9, or D10 divided by D17 to give us a 47% of the federal officials believe interest rates will be around 4.125%. To calculate the expected value, we use the sum product term, and the first component of this is C5 through C15, are this column right here, which is the expected interest rates, and then we have equals sum product C5 colon C15 comma E5 colon E15 are the probabilities here, and then we get an expected interest rate of 4.16% for the Fed funds rate at the end of 2025. The variance can be calculated with a similar equation, sum product now of this column, but this column twice. So we have E5 colon E15 comma E5 colon E15. So that means to calculate it, Excel will do this times this again, and then sum them all up. Whereas for the expected value, it just did this times this, plus this times this, plus this times this. Sums them all up and gets this. So our variance is 1.21. The standard deviation is just the square root of the variance. Well, this is not a standard normal distribution. You can still say that most of the interest rates will fall in the range of the expected value plus or minus the standard deviation, are basically 4% plus or minus 1%. So it is likely, if the Fed is correct, at the end of 2025, short-term overnight interest rates will be between 3 to 5%, and this would be roughly what you will get at the end of 2025 on a money market fund. The data for this came from bankrate.com. I thank you for watching this video.